Hey lovelies, it's Imogen and I'm back with another Hauntless Journal, art journaling this week, and we're creating a ransom note, which was a bit of a struggle for me, but I like what I came up with in the end. So if you like these kind of videos, then feel free to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of my future uploads if you haven't already, and enjoy the video. So as I said before, I struggled to come up with what I wanted to do. I really didn't want to go out to town and buy magazines with money I don't have just so I could cut them up and stick them in here. I love art, but I'm not willing to do that right now. So I decided I would make some. So I would find a way to make some. And I remembered that I had this Ouija board style die cut set, so I thought I would try and maybe utilize some of the die cuts from here along with my cuttle book. So it took me a little while to try and find the right plate sizing, and then once I did, that was it. I went away and I just made quite a few, and I changed my mind, I swapped and changed my mind, and I came back and forth, and I made a whole bunch of little alphabet letters, as you can see, and this is probably only about a third of what I actually ended up making. So then I decided to try and figure out a way of gluing them down. So I was going to use my quickie glue, and this didn't really work out. It is quick glue and it is quick drying, but I decided that it was taking me a long time to glue each individual one and stick it down and wait for it to dry. So instead, I decided that once I had placed them all where I wanted to on top of my little swatches of Tombow brush pens, I started trying to glue them down, as I said, and then after maybe like 3 or 4 letters I gave up and I just started placing them down with a view to put sticky tape over the whole top. So I just ended up using parcel tape / large clear cello tape stuff. So here I'm just sort of placing down all the letters that I wanted to use. I then, as said, went over the top with packing tape and I just stuck tape down. I then started to cut them out, and I figured you didn't really need to see me cut them all out. So I will skip ahead to future me placing these letters in order so that I can easily just stick them straight into my book. These little squares that I'd made into my book was I used Zig 2A glue pen. I actually used the finer one, but as you can see on the screen there are a few different ones, and they are a mixture of, they work as a glue, or you can give them a little minute to dry and then they become a tacky glue for temporary adhesion. So with that in mind, I decided to glue them down and then go over the whole thing with clear packing tape so that the pages didn't stick together, because my fingers were getting awfully tacky and the letters were getting tacky and I kind of made a bit of a mess. But that was more on me than it was on this product. So I simply did the ransom of, I have your soul, stop with the Ouija board, goodbye. And I honestly didn't know what to do, so that's all I did. And then, as I said, I put the clear packing tape over it, I cut off the excess, and then I just used my burnishing tool to burnish that tape down and make sure it was all stuck down quite well. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So this was it. This is how mine did what it is, what it needed to do, and I really enjoyed doing this. It wasn't exactly cutting letters out from a newspaper or magazine, etc. But as I said, I wasn't going out to the shops to spend money I don't have on something just to cut it up. I spend enough money on art as it is, and I wasn't willing to cut up my books either. So this will have to do. I simply signed it and dated it with one of the worst pens that I have in my collection. It just refused to work for me. And that's it really. So if you like this video, feel free to hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, then subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications of my future videos. And don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you would have done for this week or what you think about what I did. Thank you for watching, and next week there will be 2 pages because I sort of flipped to the first one and I didn't really like it because it wasn't very artsy. So I flipped to a second one which also isn't particularly artsy, but that gives us 2 challenges for next week.